growing up as a kid, like, what was your first dream? What was your first love? Was it music or was it
No.
something else?
Oh my gosh, music. I always tell people music chose me.
Yeah.
Like I had no intentions of being a musician. Um, I struggled with figuring out what I wanted to do with my life.
Right.
I went to college because that's what you do. You know, I did 2 years
Was that
in
down
independent up in New York.
here? New York?
I went to a community college. I did 2 years of independent studies. I changed my degree over 5 times in a like 7 year period. I took 3 years off. Ended up becoming an EMT, working for the ambulance company in
I did
Albany,
not
New
know
York. Oh yeah. And then I finally went back and I decided to do civil engineering. And I got my civil engineering technology degree.
Right.
And it was in that period of time that I had decided, like, I'm a songwriter, I'm writing music, and everybody had convinced me you got to put an album out. And I somehow decided to record my album in the same week as finals week, because, you know, when other time should you do it?
I know, right?
And
Should've
then
been
I just
studying.
I never used my degree, not once.
A lot of people don't.
You know, it's crazy, but without that journey through college, I don't know if I would have become a musician.
Yeah. So you were already like playing music and singing before then?
I started learning how to play the guitar out of boredom in my dorm in 2007 up at Paul Smith's College, which is way dug into the Adirondack Mountains.
Right.
And there's not a lot to do up there in the winter. So you're just stuck in your dorm. It's like, you know, 0 degrees outside. And I was like, I think I'm going to learn how to play the guitar.
Okay.
And it just took off from there.
Yeah, so like you went to college, graduated, never used your degree. So like when did it come into play that you were gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna try to get gigs, I'm gonna try to do these things?
So I had gotten just a couple gigs that last year of college. And then when I graduated, I said, you know, I really love this. I think I'm gonna give myself like 3 years. I'm just gonna follow my passion. I'll give myself 3 years. And then, you know, wherever I am, I'll get a job and I'll go back to this. And after 3 years, I said, all right, let's make it 5. And we're at what, 12 or 13 now?
Yeah. Okay. So when did it get to the point that so you were doing gigs in New York? So why, like they say, I mean, I know you left because of your sister, but like they say, like if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. So why didn't you drive those 3 hours to go to the city?
I did.
Yeah.
I did the whole, I would drive all over the place. I would drive to Western New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Vermont. I did little mini tours all over the place, and I made it out of the city a couple times. But I mean, it's tough. It's a rat race, like they say. I mean, I always compared, you know, riding on the subway. It's like you're just riding on this tunnel of broken dreams. Like people are crying, it's such a struggle that I knew I'd have a better chance not being there.
Did you feel like it was too much for you? So
I mean, it was tough to commute, like with a guitar and PA equipment. It's tough to drive into the city and with the traffic and the parking, and it's expensive to do that. So my overhead wasn't really making any sense because I was playing shows for free. And so I ended up deciding to go south.
That's my daddy.